Okay, so I had this memory of when I had my very first child, my little son, and I was holding him in Oregon. We lived in Oregon at the time, and I remember I pulled out an old VHS video that said Linda Music Band or Stage Band or something, and I plopped it in and watched it. And I sat there wondering, who is that? And how can I get her back? On this video, it represented who I was growing up, especially through my teen years and early college years. I was always performing, always playing piano. And in these performances, I was just a clown. Everybody was gathering around me. I was joking around. I would hop from the piano to the drums, and I knew my parents were the ones taking the video, which made it special. And I'm watching this happy, vibrant person, and I'm thinking, where did she go? Now, of course, we all become a little crazy when we have our first baby and completely obsessed in every little sound, every little everything, or at least I did. I did that actually with all my kids. But beyond that, I realized even in that moment that I was losing myself. I am Linda, and this is Escaping My Fairy Tale, episode number 38. And today I wanted to talk about, I don't know, like disappearing and feeling like maybe you have felt like this, like you've lost yourself. When we first got married, we moved to San Diego, which was a few hours away from where we were living. And mind you, I was very social, always with people, always active. But right when we got married, we moved to San Diego, which meant I was away from everybody. And it was like falling off a cliff for me because people are my energy. And being around people, loving people, laughing with people, being on the stage, those were things I loved. And he chose, I followed, and I thought, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go to San Diego. I didn't realize how alone I would be. He was starting a job, I don't know, window washing or something. And I remember we had this little extra room in our apartment, and I called it my music room. I had my little electric piano, and I would spend days composing music and crying. I was already sad back then because I looked around and I felt so lost and so alone. And I think through the decades of serving my children, serving my husband, um, working in my home, enduring treatment I shouldn't have endured and didn't realize was not God glorifying, I became smaller and smaller, and I lost so many parts of me. And even on that old VHS, it showed me who I was. And that's still me, even though I am not able right now to go out and perform and go to parties and do those things. It's still who I am. But right now, what remains is a bit of brokenness and confusion and searching with the Lord to find my way. And there was a time, even right before the separation, for about 3 years, it was fantastic, where I started performing again and playing piano in all the different restaurants and hotels on the North Shore of Kauai. And boy, it's like I was rebuilding myself, finding myself again. There's something that connects me with God every time I play piano. And having people cheer, laugh, smile, thank me for the music and what it meant to them, laughing with my friends on stage. It was like bringing me back. And it felt so good. And I pray I will get back to that place again where I'm able to put those mosaic pieces of Linda back together again. Um, Yeah, so recently I had heard the new song by Amy Grant, "The Me That Remains," and wow, did I connect with that. And like I always do, I made a little video, and it's just my way of journaling. And it starts out with just kind of some pieces from what I'm doing here, some of my Instagram pictures, blah, 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 of escaping my fairy tale. And then some silly pictures of me. But then it breaks into a video of the joy I found on Kauai playing piano and pulling back the Linda that God created me to be. And watching it encourages me, gives me hope that, yeah, this is who God designed me to be. And so I'm going to share that here, and then I'm going to see you on the other side.
Coming out of the dark, coming out of this cave. It's taken me months of days and years to find my way. My face in the mirror doesn't look the same, but I recognize a light in my eyes that never did fade. And I'm gonna find, yeah, find and revive the me that remains. Life cut me wide open when my head hit the ground. It wasn't my time for dying, guess my soul just stuck around. And out of this wreckage, I'm beginning to claim the gifts in the healing and the me that remains. Coming out of the dark, stepping into the day. It's taken me months of days and years finding my way. When I look in the mirror, so much has changed, but I recognize a light in my eyes that never did fade. And I'm gonna find, yeah, find and revive the me that remains. I barely can remember looking for a change. A whole lot of a little too much was always in my way. And whatever angels happen to draw my name, I hope they see how proud I am to be the me that remains. Coming out of the dark, coming out of this grave. It's taken me months of days and years, still finding my way. My smile in the mirror is enough for today, reflecting the light deep down inside that never will fade. And I'm gonna try and always be kind to the me that remains, to the me that remains.
I am so thankful that God gave me that little window of time to say, Linda, you're still my girl. These are the gifts I gave you. I didn't intend for you to be isolated and to feel lost and to cry. I mean, this was a time when I had mono for like a year and a half. I had a fever for a year straight. And I've probably said this before, but it got so bad that I had to have give myself injections every day for about 6 months because my levels were off the chart. And so I would go and play piano there, even with a fever, because it was my connection, it was my joy, and it was my escape. It was my escape from the home as I was developing Linda, finding myself again. Isolation can really make you lose who you are, lose yourself of losing your feeling that you have any worth. And the smaller your world gets, you kind of think, so what am I doing? Well, I'm still me. I'm still who God created me to be. And He's put me through a fire, and I can only believe, I can only trust that God's plan is for this refined Linda. As I heal, become healed, and get out of my mind, which feels like there's a constant funeral going on in there, that I will be able to shine for the Lord again, and even more vibrantly. You know, it's like okay, I have to use these analogies because it's just how I think, but it's like I'm a vase, right? And I've been broken into a million pieces. And as God's putting me together, it's like because of those cracks, like the light is shining through. And I think He's going to use it for His glory. And I have to trust there is hope, and I hold on to Him in that He will use me, and that He never planned for my husband to drain me of who I am. Excuse Wookie and her rolling around and snorting. That was really lovely. All right. So I wanted to just share that because it was what I was thinking. And that's what I want to do here. And I pray that God uses this channel, and that something I say, something you hear, encourages you and gives you hope as we walk through these castle walls together. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.
Coming out of the dark, coming out of this cave. It's taken me months of days and years to find my way. My face in the mirror.